Hi, I'm Alex, this is LibreArts, and this is a video version of the most recent weekly recap. There are some very interesting new patches for GIMP, and one of them is Smooth Brush Pressure by Mark Sweetie. What it does is smoothing the brush pressure when you use a graphic tablet like Wacom. Mark also added a very quick video to demonstrate the new feature, and I will show you a small excerpt from that video, and I will speed it up by 100% just to make things short and sweet. So here Mark is changing pressure sensitivity to 0, and as you can see, as he starts adding and removing pressure, it's a bit blotchy. Now let's make it all the way to the top. And you can see that the line is much smoother. I'm not sure which version of GIMP this patch will make it to, but hopefully it will be ready for the next beta of GIMP 3.0. One of the more interesting patches for Krita was submitted by Maciej Jesionovski. It adds a brush rotation angle selector to the top toolbar, where you select various brush settings. He actually shot a quick video, so I'll just show you a part of that. So you can see here that he uses the drop-down thing, changes the rotation angle, tries painting, drop-down thing again. Here are some presets, which I'm assuming are 60, 90 and 180 degrees. There's also the spin box if you want a numeric input for the angle. And then you can add the entire thing to the toolbar. The Scribus team hasn't yet announced version 1.6, but I believe it's coming very soon. They did launch a new website though, thanks to Carsten Liersch. The team already started working on 1.7 earlier this year, and one of the major changes is the integration of the Indigo UI project. Let me quickly demonstrate the difference. So this is Scribus 1.5.8. There are multiple panels open. Some docs are on the left and some docs are on the right. Note that the content properties one on the right can't be made smaller, and when you switch to the properties doc, the blank space between widgets is just huge. Now let's go to a bleeding edge build that will eventually become version 1.7. It's the same UI layout, the same zoom level for the document, but with the bleeding edge build you see almost the entire page. Part of the reason is the small font size for all settings, but it's also somewhat better styling of the UI. Plus there is now much better control of tabs in docs. Tab headers are where you would expect them to be coming from other applications, which is the top, not the bottom, and you get to easily close them, again the usual way. The text properties doc still tries to show you just about everything there is to show. On the other hand, once you set all your paragraph styles, you don't need to go there all that often. You can also see that a few docs got a slight revamp. For instance, on the Arrange Pages doc, you now get to see page previews, and there are several commands readily available. Of course, there are more changes happening in the 1.7 development branch, but we'll talk about them some other time. A very interesting change coming to FreeCAD is the workflow improvement in the Sketcher workbench. This workbench will now default to creating fully constrained sketches. Let me quickly show you the difference. Let's say you have a line here and you need to fully constrain it. There are multiple sets of constraints to achieve that. One way is to constrain horizontal and vertical distance of the start point and the vertical and horizontal distance of the end point. Another common way is to constrain the horizontal and vertical distance of the start point, then the distance of the line, and then the angle between this line and the X. In the latter case, with version 0.21, this means that you select a point, then you either press a shortcut or click button in the toolbar, then you dial in the number, press enter, then you once again select the point, either press shortcut or click button in the toolbar, once again dial the number, enter, then select distance. Once again, do it for the angle, and you're done. That takes time, even with a smart dimension tool, another 1.0 feature that makes these things easier. Instead of that, Pierre-Louis Boyer is proposing a different system that adds constraints for you, and all you need to do is dial in the number. So here's how it works. You select a line tool, and you see two floating input boxes. The first one is for X value of the coordinate, and the second one is for Y value, because we are talking here about the XY plane. So we press 40 tab, then let's say 75 for distance, 45 for angle, and we are done. This is pretty much it. The tool expects you to continue dialing numbers for new rectangles, so just press escape if you don't want to draw another rectangle right now. The system also works for points, for rectangles, for circles, and for polygons. I think other shapes will be supported soon. But let's go back a bit. Remember I told you that there are several ways to fully constrain a line. Well, another new feature here are two options. So now when you switch to a sketch tool like, well, once again, a line, here in the tasks panel you see this mode combo box where you can switch between different ways to construct a line. So this could be point length angle, point length width, or just 2 points. In this particular case, you will dial in coordinates of the starting point and then coordinates of the end point. And again, you're done. This is a fully constrained sketch. If you switch to the rectangle tool, this will also give you several modes: diagonal corners, center and corner, 3 corners, center and 2 corners. But there will be also 2 additional options: rounded corners, which will add another floating input box, and the frame options will create the kind of an offset. So let's try to do that with center and corner. Let's say 125. 45, then let's say 15, 14, here's the rounded corner value, let's say 3, and then offset, let's say 10. This is it. And I know fully constrained sketches tend to look busy because of all the constraint markings, so you can quickly disable him by pressing the eye icon. This feature has been available in FreeCAD for some years now, I believe, so this is not new. This is it for today. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please let me know in the comments if you would like more video recaps in the future. And thanks a lot to all my Patreon supporters. See you soon.